What's up, guys? It's your girl Lex and I'm back with another video. This morning I woke up a little bit early for church, so I got ready and I decided to record this video. This is kind of like an update video because I am a little bit over 4 weeks postpartum, so I'm about to be 5 weeks, and I thought what not a greater time to just update you guys how I'm doing in terms of physically, mentally, emotionally, and all that good stuff. So here we go. Let's get right into it. So like I said, Monday I will be 5 weeks since I was admitted to the hospital and found out that my baby was a stillborn. And Tuesday will be 5 weeks since I actually delivered my beautiful baby boy Bronx. Now, since then, I've had 2 appointments. I had one because I did contract like a UTI, so I had antibiotics for that and then got that squared away. And then the following week I had a 2-week update follow-up appointment with my OB. And so fast forwarding to now, physically, I would say that I am doing much better. I don't know if I mentioned in my previous videos that I didn't really suffer from too much physical aches. And I'm not sure if that just has something to do with, the gestational age or size that I delivered my baby at. He was 31 weeks, and he was 16 inches long, so he was pretty big in that aspect. But as far as like the thickness of him, he wasn't as developed as he could have been. I would say I experienced bleeding or loschia all the way up until only like 2 weeks. So it was, about 2 weeks of bleeding, and then it just completely subsided. And I didn't get very many stomach pains or cramps or anything like that. So that was a good sign, and that that made me really happy because I knew everything was progressing how it should have been. Now, my breasts were so engorged after I delivered. Literally, they were like 2 sizes up for my normal size. And now they have gone down, and I actually stopped experiencing lactation altogether. And I want to say that stopped not too long ago, maybe like a couple days ago, because after the swelling went down or the engorgement went down, I was still experiencing some lactation. And I will say that was pretty tough because, every time I could feel it or I could see it in my shirt, it was a constant reminder that, that King was supposed to be here, and the milk just, has kind of gone to waste. So that has been tough. Mentally, I think I am doing okay. Today, so far, has been a good day. Like I said, I'm getting ready to go to church. Typically, throughout the week, I will have more good days than bad days. Mentally, I'm starting to feel more present when I'm engaging in different activities. As I mentioned in my other videos, I am a basketball coach, and that has been such a great outlet for me. Even if it is just for 2 hours, I'm able to mentally unwind and disengage from, all that's going on in my mind. And because it is something that I constantly think about, but because for that 2 hours I'm focused on basketball, drills, practice, games, my girls, I'm not thinking about Bronx in that situation so much. And if you guys hear me refer to my baby as Bronx, that is because that was his middle name. It was King Bronx Lily. So at first, like when it first happened, I will say like I was just completely checked out mentally. I couldn't really go anywhere and be engaged and just really be present in wherever I was at, whether it be a family member's house or just sitting in the living room with my family. You know, it was hard mentally. I just knew like I wasn't there. My head was somewhere else. And it's crazy because I could be in a crowd of people and mentally, even though I'm surrounded by so much, I'm not there. I'm not there, and it's because my head is somewhere else. So that's something that has progressively been getting better, and it feels good. It feels good to get better. Emotionally, I will say that my toughest week so far was this past week. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that, you know, my baby shower was coming up. King's baby shower was supposed to be Saturday. So yesterday, June 30th. And it just sucked. It just really sucked, you know, thinking, oh, I would have been doing this or we would have been doing this. The baby shower was supposed to be at 2 p.m. and at 2 p.m. I was actually at a basketball game, and I couldn't help but to think that my baby shower is supposed to be starting right now. And so I cried a lot this week. I did, and my husband actually went back to football practice. So that was really hard as well. Just because, you know, we've been together for this entire process, like physically together. You know, when he went back to work, I just, you know, I think I experienced a little bit of anxiety, which is something else that I want to get into. I have been experiencing some anxiety, like when he leaves, when my husband leaves, I will experience it sometimes there, and I just get really overwhelmed. And I have also, and I don't know if this is weird or if anyone else has experienced the same thing, but I've had experienced anxiety with just death. So I was telling my mom and my husband, like literally after King passed, that I have never experienced so much death in my life. Right before King, a really good family friend of ours passed, and she was only 25. And then before that, my great grandmother had passed. And I mean, she was 90, either 97 or 98. And so it was kind of expected, but it's just, I have never dealt with so much death in my life. And it started making me feel things like just feeling scared. Like I have a younger brother and I have a younger sister. I'm the oldest of three. And for some reason, like whenever they go out, I get anxiety. I get scared. Like this fear of like them dying, or like a fear of my mom dying. And I hate feeling like that, because I know that God is in control of everything, and whatever happens is in his plan. But it doesn't take away the fact that it's terrifying. And so I've just been trying to find things to combat those feelings, but I'd be lying if I say that I didn't feel them. And it's crazy because I experienced that same anxiety at the beginning of my pregnancy. And my mom would always say, it's just your maternal instincts kicking in. And you know, I'm the oldest, and there's 4 years apart between my sister and I, and then there's 8 years apart between my brother and I. And so I've always been, I guess you can say, maternal and just, you know, big sister. And so I hate feeling like that, but it's something that I'm dealing with, and it's something that I think will get better as time goes on, because before this, I never thought about stuff like that. I never thought about bad things happening at all. And it could just be because like you don't ever think that bad things are going to happen to you or your family, and then when it does happen, it's just like it's a shock. It's a shock. So and the doctor did prescribe me Xanax right after delivery, because while I was in delivery, they gave me Ativan. And they were able to give me that because, you know, my baby was not alive. So they were just giving me whatever I needed to feel comfortable. And, you know, my mom basically asked if I could have the same thing, because it really calmed me down. It really calmed me down. And so the doctor ended up prescribing me Xanax. And surprisingly, I've only taken it maybe 3 times since since everything happened. And I just got to a point where I said, you know, I don't want to become reliant on them. And I don't have any history of addiction or anything like that. I just don't want to numb myself. You know, I don't want to numb myself to everything else that's going on around me. You know, to me, it's not worth the trade-off to have like a mental, what am I trying to say? It's not worth it to help myself mentally and kind of disengage from everything else around me. I hope that makes sense. So, I mean, yeah, so I haven't taken it and I've been doing okay, but that's just something that I think will get better with time. Now, my postpartum period, that has been very frustrating because, you know, my period is regular, and I have not had my period yet. And it's frustrating because, you know, my husband and I, we want to try, and it would just make it easier to know, you know, where I'm at in my cycle and not just kind of like ballparking it, you know. And it hasn't come yet, and it's crazy because like I'll get symptoms like I've been breaking out. I get like a little bubbly feeling like down in my ovaries and stuff, and it makes me feel like my period is coming. And nope, it doesn't come. It doesn't come. And so we have a high risk doctor's appointment July 10th. Just to meet with the doctor and see, you know, what steps are going to take in the next pregnancy. And so hopefully it returns before that. If not, I will definitely bring that up to doctor. But as I was like, you know, just listening to different stories and stuff, I've heard different things like, oh, my period didn't return till 8 weeks postpartum. Oh, my period didn't return till 10, 11 weeks postpartum. So I think everyone is different. It just is frustrating because I wanted to come so we can start trying. And which brings me to my last point is, are we trying to conceive? Yes, we are trying to conceive. And I will say, because my body physically I felt like my body was physically ready. You know, we started just doing the deed when I felt ready. And my husband's been so great about it, but we definitely like want to start actively trying. You know, right now we've kind of just been doing things like for leisure, just because like when I was pregnant, we didn't really, I didn't really enjoy it, and I just feel like it's because there were so many new hormones and stuff like that just going on with my body and down there. I just couldn't enjoy it. And so it was nice to feel like, oh my gosh, we can enjoy this intimate moment together while I'm not pregnant. So, but, you know, as soon as my period comes, I definitely want to start tracking my ovulation and stuff like that. And I mean, although I'm going to be doing that stuff to, you know, just be more accurate and give ourselves a better chance of getting pregnant right away, I don't want to become too focused on it, because I'm going to be honest, like I've bought tons of pregnancy tests, tons, and I just take them. And I know that sounds silly, but I mean, when you go through something like this and you want another baby so bad, it's easy to become obsessive and, you know, become very fixated on it. And so I just took the last one yesterday, and it was in fact negative. But I told myself that I'm not going to buy any more pregnancy tests. And relax, I haven't been buying, you know, the really expensive ones. I've just been buying the $1 pregnancy tests that I found at Big Lots. So I told myself that I will not buy any more pregnancy tests until my period returns. So that is where I am at. I hope that this 1 month, well, a little bit over 1 month postpartum update has been helpful and has maybe answered some questions that some of you ladies have out there. And yeah, the next time you guys see me maybe talking about you know, pregnancy and stuff like that is when I have uploaded the first video in my TTC Tuesdays series. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be upfront right now. I don't plan on posting until I'm at least 20 weeks. So when you guys actually see them, I will be way further along in the pregnancy. But I want to start recording, you know, as I go, just for my sake and my memories, because that's something that has definitely become something big in my life after the passing of my baby, is having memories. You know, my husband and I, we actually went out and we got a Canon. It's a pretty nice camera, and it's nothing like fancy or anything, you know, that the major YouTubers have, but it's something that we can use on a daily basis and just take pictures and record and have those memories. Have memories, because life is so short and you just never know when you're only going to have a memory of someone. And so thank you guys for watching. God bless, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.